with the Grand Cherokee. Really quick at the gear shifts. Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's video I'm going to be going over the all-new Jeep Grand Cherokee Overland. First and foremost though, a huge shout out and thank you to the large mailer Dodge Ram Jeep Crest here in Provo, Utah for giving me some time with this Overland. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below. You can check out this Grand Cherokee and a bunch of other inventory because they just got a large shipment of cars in. If you have any questions whatsoever, just ask for Ryan. On a side note, if you want to save time and money the next time you purchase a car, link to my car buying guide in the description down below. Let's get into it. Under the hood, we have a naturally aspirated 3.6 liter V6 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 19 around town and then 26 on the highway, with power outputs being 295 horsepower and then 260 pound-feet of torque. Let's go with the front end of the Grand Cherokee Overland. So we have the signature Grand Cherokee hood, which is flat there in the center, and then notice how it kind of slopes off here on the side. And we've got full white LED lights here with the Grand Cherokee, including the daytime running lights. And then notice here with the fog light down below, parking sensors integrated into the front end. And then we've got chrome here on the Jeep's signature grille with the Jeep logo there at the top. And there is a front camera. And then we've got these chrome tow hooks here on the front end as well. And, well, there's the front. Coming on the side here, our tire and wheel setup is 265/50/20 in the front and over in the rear as well. And then you guys can see from a design perspective with the wheel, you've got the silver there on the top, then you got like the dark metallic gray below that, and combined I think it looks really cool. Now here's a quick look at the suspension. We'll kind of go over this a little bit more later. Anyways, here is the fender flares, which are painted, and then notice with the mirror, and then you guys can see with all the chrome trim that kind of continues all along, and then chrome on top of the door handles, and then the Grand Cherokee logo, more chrome. Yeah, we got quite a bit of chrome accenting. There's a side. Here's our key fob for this Grand Cherokee. Got the Jeep logo there on the back. We have our unlock lock function remote starting in the opening here for the hatch. So we'll press the hatch button twice. There we go. And it'll pop right open. Now what you guys will notice here with the Grand Cherokees, we've got tons of storage space. That's one of the big benefits of the Grand Cherokee, is you have so much space. And then underneath here, we got the spare tire. Got this nice silver trim. And then you have a 12 volt here in the back, and then when you're all done, you can just press this and that'll lower that back down. And boom. Finishing things up with the rest of the rear, you'll notice we've got the Jeep logo. Again, more chrome. You're gonna have this accent piece that goes into the lights, which is pretty cool. We have our 4x4 badge, Overland badge, and then you can see the covers there for the exhaust tips to kind of give it a sportier, cooler look. And sorry about the lighting, but there's the rear. Here's the rear door panel. So first off, if we pick this up, you guys can see the sunshade. Really nice wood trim here, and then you can see with the leather and the stitching down below. And then notice the rear window is automatic. And then here are the seats, which pop that up. Again, more leather. Notice perforated there in the center portion. Then we got a little storage net, which will pop in so you guys can get a better view of that. And here's legroom. And then headroom as well. Now, we do have our own climate zone here for the rear passengers, so one for each passenger, which is cool. Heated seats in the back, we got vents, got USBs, got a full power outlet as well. And then we have our cup holder armrest, and let's head to the front. Here's the front door panel, so you can see with the wood trim here at the top, and then we got blind spot monitoring for the mirrors. We do have our memory seat function here with our massaging seat function as well. Again, all the windows are automatic, and then more really nice leather trim. This one has the Alpine sound system. Not as good as the Macintosh sound system you can get with the Grand Cherokees, but it's still a very solid sound system. Here are the front seats, full leather, Overland logo, perforated in the center portion. I really love the look of the seats here on the Overland. Very nice with the padding and overall design. Power adjustments there on the side. Pretty normal pedal layout there at the bottom. And then you got stuff like your parking brake right here, light controls, and let's pop in. Here's the steering wheel for the Grand Cherokee. Really nice leather all around. Even the airbag cover has nice stitching on it. Wood trim down below, and then you can see the stitching there in the center portion. Paddle shifters here on the back for the 8-speed automatic. Some controls for the center stack. This does have adaptive cruise controls as well as steering assistance. And there are radio controls there on the back of the steering wheel. Turn signal stock, windshield wiper stock, and there's the steering wheel. Now here is the center gauge cluster, so full digital gauge cluster, and we can scroll through some different menus, see different bits of info. Now the cool thing is we got like the navigation mode here. It takes a second to load up, but it shows with the whole screen, which is pretty cool. This is my favorite tab because it shows us all of the settings. Now notice this does have air suspension, so right now we're normal, which is suitable for most situations. And then you have like your off-road modes above that, so you can just press the button and then raise it basically, and then it'll pop it into the next suspension setting, off-road height 1. And other than that, we do have some different drive modes. Notice this increased ground clearance. We have an auto we're in right now. We've got a sport as well, and then we have a snow, sand, mud, and then a rock. And the air suspension will also adjust with the drive modes. Before we go over the screen, we've got our auto stops right here at the top, lane departure, stability control, hazard light button, parking sensors, and then this is for the passenger screen. So basically you have a passenger screen which you can control different functions from. And yeah, it's kind of a little bit superfluous because like the passenger could just reach over to this screen, but I guess they get their own. Anyways, as for the screen, we'll pop it into reverse so you can see we've got a backup camera which ejector lines that turn with the steering wheel. Got all of our different viewpoints here with the camera. Notice the zoom function, and we even have like our off-road trail camera there for the front. But yeah, overall really good system. Dual zone climate, heated cooled seats, you know, all the normal stuff. Now down below we've got our analog controls for the radio, for the heated cooled seats, for the climate system, and then, I think I got this right, I've reviewed 4 of these today and I still can't. There we go. Anyways, USBs, we also have wireless phone charging pad as well, and apparently I still don't know how to open up this tray properly. We have our drive mode select here with this little, whatever you want to call it, switch. We got our dial shifter. This is to adjust the air suspension, hill descent control, true neutral. And then this does have a 2-speed transfer case, so you do have 4-wheel low. And got some cup holders right there. Center console, pretty solid. And you can see with the glove box setup, also pretty solid. And then finishing things up top here, we do have a panoramic sunroof. And you got like the sunshade button right there, so all the controls are right here. And then the grand finale, we have the camera mirror. Here's our window sticker for this Overland. Base MSRP $50,910. By the way, this is a new color. It's called Rocky Mountain Pearl Coat, and it just looks like a black or dark gray. It's kind of a weird, yeah, just a dark color. Anyways, there's some options on this, including the Luxury Tech Group 4 and the Advanced Pro Tech Group 3. Why do we got so many different names for things? Anyways, $65,585 is the total MSRP, 5-year, 60,000 mile powertrain warranty, 3-year, 36,000 mile on the basic warranty. Let's drive it. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Here's your visibility over the hood. You guys can now see the heads-up display, hopefully. Both the mirrors just do have blind spot monitoring throughout the rest of the rear. And let's set off. So, setting off in the Overland, and I am driving this on the same day that I did a video with the Summit. So I really want to answer the question, should you do the Overland or should you do the Summit? And answer may surprise you. Okay, I'm not going to be like that, but maybe it will. So first off, I love the air suspension with the Grand Cherokee. So I used to be kind of cynical about air suspension with Grand Cherokees because I'm like, oh man, it's just one more thing to break, this and that. But, you know, after driving, you know, Grand Cherokees back to back that have air suspension and don't, I really like this system. It makes it so the ride quality is just a bit smoother. I love the adjustability. And you guys know I'm a huge off-road enthusiast, and the increased ground clearance is definitely a big plus that you can't look past. Now, aside from that, yeah, ride quality is really smooth, seat comfort's great. Let's get a massage too while we're at it. Pop that on. It's like the last video of the day, so definitely need a massage at this point. That is for sure. Yeah, it drives really well. I feel like the air suspension vehicles just handle slightly better compared to the non-air suspension vehicles with the Grand Cherokee. Really quick with the transmission, that is for sure. Pop into the sport mode. Hello. Okay, there we go. That's in sport mode. It's lowering the air suspension automatically. For the sport mode, it lowers it into aero mode so that you get the best possible acceleration. And I really like the interiors on the new Grand Cherokees. They've done a really good job with just making this feel just really nice and upscale overall. And we'll get our acceleration here now with the Grand Cherokee. Really quick at the gear shifts. Huge fan of this 8-speed automatic. It's just through the gears. Really solid. Now, let's sum things up here with the Overland. So first off, from an exterior aesthetics perspective, I think it's a really good looking vehicle. Interior wise, also really high quality, but here's the problem. The Summit that I reviewed today, stickered for almost about the same amount of money, and I like the Summit interior more. So yeah, I mean, it's tough because they make the Overland, like once you add option to it, they make it as expensive as like a Summit pretty much. And so it's like, yeah, that's tough. That's definitely tough. I do see some benefits of the Overland because like you can add the off-road group with this. So you can basically make it, like the off-road group turns this into like a luxury off-roader, which you can't really do with the Summit package. But aside from that, yeah, I think the Summit's probably, like a base model Summit, I think is the route to go. Because you're getting all the same features that this has at about the same amount of money, and with an interior and exterior that I think look a little bit better. Let me know what you guys think, but there you go. That's gonna sum things up for our video here on the Overland. Let's turn over here so you guys can actually see me. A huge shout out and thank you to the Large Miller Dodge Ram Jeep Chrysler here in Provo for giving me some time with this Overland. Check out the inventory in the description down below. Ask for Ryan if you have any questions. I'll see you.